You can see flames here on both sides of the road with very little visibility. Many abandoning their vehicles to flee on foot.
The Los Angeles Wildfire sparks mystery and intrigue. From unexpected causes to controversial theories, could there be more to this story? Discover 20 gripping rumors capturing attention. The truth may leave you stunned. Rumor number 1. Fires are linked to secret military operations. A big question on your mind would be, are these wildfires caused by secret military projects? It's becoming an online firestorm as people continue to debate the theory. Others say hidden experiments or government mistakes are fanning the flames. So, what does the evidence really say? Well, real causes are extreme heat, dry vegetation, and high winds, investigations show. All these factors result in perfect conditions in which wildfires can easily spark and develop. The rumors persist, but experts can find no link to military activities. And here's where it gets tricky. This does a great job of fueling conspiracy theories that proclaim key details are being hidden from us. It's true that these claims detract from the real issue here, preventing wildfires and protecting lives. On the other hand, what's more important, the rumors about solutions or the solutions themselves? And wait until you hear the surprising truth about arson claims. It's not what you think.
Los Angeles is still burning. Another front line appearing, this time just 2 miles from a school being used as a shelter. The latest flames only brought under control by an intense firefighting response.
Rumor number 2, arsonists cause the fires. Social media is buzzing with claims that Los Angeles wildfires were deliberately started by arsonists. Some stories suggest people are intentionally setting these fires. Investigations tell a different story, though. California's long droughts, extreme heat, and high winds create conditions where even a single spark can cause widespread destruction. Arson is rarely the cause of major wildfires. Most are triggered by natural or accidental events. These exaggerated claims risk diverting attention and resources from effective fire management strategies. Addressing the real causes is crucial to protecting communities. And if you thought these rumors were wild, wait until you see what we've uncovered next.
Hurricane-force winds have fueled the spread, but police are now investigating if arsonists lit the first spark.
Right now, obviously, law enforcement and the firefighters are focused on containing these properties, saving lives, saving homes. But eventually we will get to the causes of those fires, and in that part the DA's office will be working with law enforcement to go after anyone who is guilty of the crime of arson.
Wait, we were right behind it.
Video has also emerged, appearing to show the moment the Palisades fire started in the brush above LA on Tuesday.
Rumor number 3, climate change is to blame. Do you think global warming is making wildfires worse? But many, citing longer droughts, intense heat waves, and erratic weather, believe so. These factors appear to make forests dry tinderboxes, waiting for a match to be thrown on it. It is also backed up by the evidence. Global temperatures rise, and that vegetation dries up, setting the table for wildfires. Heat waves that last for a long time make it even worse by sucking the moisture away from the plants in the soil. In addition, changing rainfall patterns dry out the plants and raise even more fire risks. These climate-driven changes already made California wildfires worse and longer. Some attribute the problem to poor land management and human error, though they agree climate change amplifies every risk. They burn hotter and spread faster and outwit the best firefighters. But there's hope. There are things we can do now. We know what's driving this. It's incredibly important to build fire-resistant infrastructure, reduce greenhouse gases, and improve forest management. It is a complex problem and an immediate issue. And just when you think you've heard it all, the truth about wildfire looting might surprise you.
One of the really dangerous effects of the Santa Ana winds is this drying effect, and it dries the vegetation out. The vegetation becomes the most dry at any point during the year during a Santa Ana wind event, and the the moisture content within the fuel, and fuel meaning the vegetation, the moisture content, which is expressed in a percent, goes down to single digits. And so this means that the fuel itself becomes extremely available for fire, and can catch and carry fire very quickly.
Rumor number 4, widespread looting in evacuated areas. During the wildfires, one of the more alarming reports circulating was about widespread theft in areas that had been evacuated. Social media lit up with stories of crooks breaking into empty homes and taking advantage of the chaos. To anyone watching these updates online, it painted a grim picture of lawlessness and despair. The idea of thieves exploiting a disaster struck a chord of fear, fueling the perception that the situation was spiraling out of control. But then reality hit. Theft was relatively rare, according to official records, not the runaway problem some posts had implied. The police and emergency services worked very hard to ensure that neighborhoods that had been evacuated were safe, that the homes and belongings left behind were safe. The work they did definitely reduced the risk of potential criminal activity, as it prevented some assurance to evacuees. Isolated incidents happened, but they didn't happen all the time. During a disaster, it's only natural those kinds of stories will spread. It is the fear and uncertainty that make people willing to believe the worst. Another layer of stress we can add to an already dire situation is the thought of opportunistic thieves. Still, there wasn't a huge theft problem in this case. But we're not done yet. There's another wildfire rumor that will leave you questioning everything.
High alert for looters out here. They have already arrested nearly 24 people inside evacuation areas. The National Guard has been brought in to bolster security, and some people have gone back home to try to defend what they have left. Chris Van Cleave has that from Altadena.
The sense of loss in Altadena is hard to describe. Destruction is everywhere. And then this island of 6 seemingly untouched homes saved by Pete Villani, who stayed behind to fight back the massive firestorm.
These are all my friends. These are all, we're a family here. I love my neighbors. And it's like, you feel guilty because I survived. I couldn't save the whole block.
But even as he worked to put out hotspots, another threat emerged: looters. He says he and a neighbor have chased off 2 groups attempting to break into the homes still standing.
What kind of person, what kind of human being would take advantage of somebody at that point?
Tired of expensive, low-effort script writers for your YouTube channel? Autoscripter.ai is the ultimate solution. Say goodbye to low-quality, poorly retention amateur scripts that fail to generate thousands of views for your channel. At a fraction of the cost, Autoscripter.ai helps your videos go viral. In just 3 steps, Autoscripter.ai creates a polished script tailored to your needs. Just input your title concept, select your tone and style. The intuitive interface makes editing and refining effortless, fast, smart, and trusted by hundreds of satisfied users who have already discovered the amazing tool. Start your free trial today and watch Autoscripter.ai transform your YouTube channel. Just click the link in the video description below now.
Rumor number 5, the fires are acts of terrorism. During the wildfires, one rumor spread like wildfire itself: the idea that the fires were deliberately acts of terrorism. Social media exploded with claims that organized crime or radical groups orchestrated the destruction. These stories frame the fires as a planned attack, fueling fears and suspicion. But what you don't know is that there's no evidence of terrorist involvement, investigators found. Environmental factors such as dry vegetation, strong winds, and scorching temperatures contributed to the fires, say experts. And these natural elements set the stage for the wildfires to just turn on a dime and move very rapidly, very quickly, without any indication of a human intent to harm. So how did this rumor catch on? Well, it's human nature to blame the enigmatic and to seek someone out to play the villain in the chaos. It's easier to assume that there was a deliberate plot than to believe that nature can cause such destruction. Despite this misinformation and the fear and doubt it created, first responders worked tirelessly to respond to concerns and clear the facts. Dispelling these baseless claims moved the focus back onto doing its job, managing the disaster effectively, preventing future crises. And just when you thought we'd cleared up one rumor, the truth behind firefighter favorism will shock you.
This already vulnerable topography is further suffering due to human-caused climate change, which is causing more severe weather patterns. Southern California had 2 decades of drought that were followed by 2 exceptionally wet years, sparking furious vegetative growth. Tons of plants grew in downpours, and then record-high temperatures dried them out to make easy-to-burn fuel.
Rumor number 6, firefighters favored affluent neighborhoods. As the Los Angeles wildfires raged, one rumor caught fire on social media. For years, they accused firefighters of letting flourishing neighborhoods take precedence over low-income ones, forcing them to rely on themselves. But these claims tell an image of unequal resource distribution and added to the frustration of the affected communities. Is there any truth to it, though? The answer is simple: no. Fire departments are not bound by pockets. They make those decisions based on risk to building and accessibility. Whatever their economic status, crews had worked tirelessly to save lives and save homes. The places that were facing the worst immediate danger were where help was given first, giving it the best chance of lessening the damage. These fires are chaotic, unpredictable, and great pressure is placed on making decisions and to do so swiftly and efficiently. To now accuse them of favoritism is to ignore the incredible daily challenges that firefighters face. Their mission is that every home, every life matters. This only adds to the tension of an already dire time. Instead of splitting communities, let's appreciate the courage of their kind who put their own lives in harm's way for us all. And if you thought this rumor was divisive, wait until you hear the next one. It's even more shocking.
The fire hitting some of California's most famed areas, home to iconic houses and sites, and many celebrities. Chris Pratt posting overnight, "Please send prayers and strength to those affected." James Woods posting this video of the fires approaching his home. Beloved actor Steve Guttenberg among those stepping up to help his neighbors.
When things like this occur, you really realize how vulnerable you are and how important community is.
Scenes of unbelievable devastation and loss as the relentless winds fueling these fires show no signs of letting up.
Rumor number 7, fires were started to clear land for development. As the Los Angeles wildfires wreaked havoc, one persistent rumor began to spread: the idea that corporations intentionally started the fires to clear land for future development projects. This theory accused big businesses of using the disaster as an opportunity to profit by destroying natural areas for their gain. But this is what you don't know. No evidence was found to support these claims. Experts concluded that natural factors, extreme heat, dry conditions, and strong winds, and not corporate schemes had caused the fires. The idea that land is being deliberately torched for development is a total conspiracy, an idea for which there is no factual basis. This rumor, like others, are fueling unnecessary fear and contributing to the distraction from working on the true problems of preventing and managing wildfires. They are focused on solutions which will protect communities and the environment rather than chasing baseless theories. And just when you thought these rumors couldn't get wilder, wait until you hear about the next one. It involves wildlife in urban streets. Rumor number 8, wildlife was released into urban areas. During the wildfires, another rumor caught fire online. Claims that authorities had released animals like deer, coyotes, and even larger wildlife into urban areas to save them from the flames. Videos and pictures of animals wandering city streets went viral, accompanied by angry comments questioning the morality and practicality of such actions. But here's the reality. No one deliberately moved or released wildlife into urban areas. wildlife experts confirmed that the animals were fleeing the flames on their own, a natural response to the destruction of their habits. As fires forced them out of their territories, these creatures instinctively search for safer places, which often means wandering into residential neighborhoods or city streets. While these scenes can be unsettling, they're a stark reminder of the far-reaching impacts of wildfires, not just on humans, but also on animals. Effort should focus on creating better strategies to protect wildlife and their habitats during such disasters, rather than spreading falsehoods. Stay tuned, there's more to uncover.
Hi there, how many more horses do you have?
We have a couple we just let loose over there. We're trying to get as many as we can out. Yeah.
Are any homes out there on fire?
Honestly, I did not pay attention. I just drove straight to the barn to get my horses out and get the rest of these guys out. We're not just gonna let them burn.
We've had officers going up into the hills with the community trying to help their animals get out of the dangerous situations that they're in. We have over 200 animals, a mixture of horses, alpacas, sheep, llamas, pigs, goats. We're housing everything here right now.
Rumor number 9, fires were a hoax for government drills. Many people were talking about the idea that the wildfires in Los Angeles were faked as a part of a government drill. Some conspiracy theories said the fires were a test of emergency response systems, while others said they were part of a bigger plot to control the government. Social media was filled with evidence, so-called, like photos and videos that were marked as proof. However, most of these, though, were either misunderstood or made up completely. There's no doubt about the truth. Huge plumes of smoke could be seen from space on satellite photos. Thousands of people had to leave their homes. Firefighters risked their lives to keep the fires under control, and many locals talked about the damage they saw and how hard it was for them to get away. Saying that the flames were fake ignores the real pain and loss that so many people are going through. Families lost their homes, neighborhoods were uprooted, and first responders put their lives in danger. Making people believe these types of rumors can hurt trust in emergency services, which can make it even harder to save lives during future disasters.
Oh man, like this is a whole shock, I've never seen nothing like this before, like from the smell to even how the sun is red. It's the worst thing I've seen. Looked like a bomb just went off over here. Like that's the only way I could describe it.
Rumor number 10, certain ethnic groups targeted for evacuation. Some people said that the orders to evacuate during the wildfires were wrongly aimed at certain racial groups. This idea says that decisions were made based on demographics instead of real risk, giving some communities more attention than others. The backlash happened right away. There were a lot of claims of discrimination, and things got even more tense in a situation that was already very chaotic. But officials quickly shot down this claim. Areas directly in the line of the fire or at immediate risk of becoming unsafe are evacuated first because they pose the most risk. Saving lives is always the main goal, no matter who lives there. In these situations, safety is the only thing that matters, and choices are often made under a lot of stress. Saying otherwise takes away from the amazing job of those who are trying to keep people safe. Spreading lies like this not only causes needless fear and anger, but it also takes attention away from how hard it really is to coordinate large-scale evacuations during disasters that are hard to predict. Communities need to stick together in these tough times, not make false charges. Still not over that one? Well, just wait. The next wildfire rumor might be the wildest yet. Rumor number 11, space lasers caused the fires. Are space lasers starting the wildfires? Well, it sounds absurd, but this rumor spread like wildfire itself. The theory claimed that advanced technology, possibly linked to secret organizations, intentionally sparked the flames. Let's get one thing straight, people. There's absolutely no scientific or factual evidence backing this claim. Experts repeatedly confirm that the real causes were natural: dry vegetation, scorching temperatures, and strong winds, not some high-tech conspiracy. Still, the idea of space lasers captured attention online, fueled by fear and mistrust. It's a reminder of how easily wild theories can overshadow reality. Instead of chasing science fiction, we should focus on understanding real wildfire causes and finding ways to prevent them. And if space lasers weren't enough, wait until you hear the next rumor. It dives into weather manipulation.
On social media, people are speculating about what could have caused the fires. One trending theory is that the fire started due to an attack from a directed energy weapon. 3 viral images appearing to show evidence of directed energy weapons have been shared online. But do these images really show that directed energy weapons started the wildfire?
Rumor number 12. Fires were caused by climate engineering. What if the wildfires weren't natural at all? Another rumor claimed that they were the result of deliberate climate engineering, allegedly a plan by governments or powerful organizations to manipulate weather conditions and spark disaster. The idea taps into real scientific discussions and geoengineering, but there's no evidence it was used to start these fires. Experts point to the same culprits: long droughts, extreme heat, and accidental causes. These factors, not secret experiments, fueled the devastation. This rumor thrived on fears of the unknown, feeding suspicions about hidden agendas. But while it's easy to be drawn into dramatic theories, they only distract from real solutions. Wildfires are devastating enough without misinformation muddying the waters.
Evacuations expanding tonight. Thousands of homes and businesses destroyed, at least 11 people killed. Governor Gavin Newsom doubling the number of National Guard to more than 1,600 to help battle the flames. The ground and air assault continue as the fires are now threatening a growing list of neighborhoods, including the exclusive Los Angeles suburb of Brentwood. And the finger-pointing and controversy tonight over what, if anything, could have been done to prevent the wildfires from causing so much death and destruction.
Rumor number 13. Celebrities escaped via helicopters. During the wildfires, as with many other crises, rumors spread about famous people. For example, it was said that wealthy people and Hollywood stars used private helicopters to escape their homes while others were left behind. People who had already been affected by the disaster became even more angry when they heard about these claimed private rescues. But airport officials quickly shot down these claims. Some people may have used helicopters to get away, but there was no widespread trend of celebrities getting special treatment. In fact, a lot of famous people talked about their experiences of having to evacuate with other people, and some even used their positions to help with relief efforts.
So I reached out to Chef and just said, I think the key is Save the Children is getting up and running here in LA to help kids in shelters and to help with social emotional and to make sure that to work with hand in hand with the Red Cross to make sure that shelters are set up for little babies and moms and kids and fathers and while we get set up, it's just like you need to do something with your hands, and so I took advantage a little bit of celebrity privileging.
Rumor number 14. Insurance companies are denying all claims. As the smoke cleared, another story spread. Insurance companies were flatly refusing to pay claims from people who had been hurt in wildfires. Social media posts that went viral said that insurance wouldn't pay for losses, leaving many families broke. The truth is not as simple as that. Some claims may have been turned down because of the terms of the insurance, but as usual, most insurers dealt with the wildfires case by case. Authorities and consumer interest groups told residents that they should carefully read their policies and appeal any denials if they think they are unfair. Many people get angry when they have to deal with the insurance process, especially after a disaster like wildfires. This story makes that anger even stronger. It's important to hold businesses responsible, but making broad charges without proof can cause unnecessary panic. Instead, resources should be used to help families who have been harmed get through the claims process smoothly.
We know wildfires. This isn't uncommon, but to see devastation at this scale is just heartbreaking. Yet amid the ashes, survivors cling to what they do have.
Everyone rallying together and just working together, like it feels warm because everyone feels like a family.
Rumor number 15, the fires were started by the homeless camps. One very scary story said the homeless camps were to blame for starting the fires. This claim, which was often based on bias, said that people living in these camps started the fires, either by mistake or on purpose. Authorities have said that some fires in the past have been caused by people in encampments, but they have made it clear that there is no proof to back these claims in this case. Most wildfires are caused by mistakes or things in the environment, not by one group of people.
These are the shocking scenes as wildfires rage across the Los Angeles area, prompting a state of emergency and forcing over 30,000 people to flee their homes.
Rumor number 16, secret underground fires exist. There were some crazy stories going around during the wildfires, like the one about secret underground fires. Well, this idea said that secret fires were burning below the ground, feeding the infernos above. Some people even thought that the officials might be trying to hide these underground fires. There's no truth to this story, even though it sounds interesting. This claim was quickly shot down by firefighters and scientists. Wildfires usually only burn plants on the ground, not under the ground surface. Smoldering fires can happen in some peatlands or coal seams because of the way the rocks are formed, but that wasn't a role in these fires. The wildfires were caused by high winds, dry foliage, and extreme heat, all of which happened above the ground.
Your safety, as well as the well-being of those around you, as we come together to continue to get through this widespread disaster. Los Angeles County firefighters will remain on the front line until we reach full containment.
Rumor number 17, the wildfires are visible from space. Another shocking rumor going around online was that the wildfires could be seen from space, with pictures from space supposedly showing huge flames covering the whole world. It may sound like this story is true, but it's not quite. Unfortunately, satellites were unable to see the actual fires. Instead, they only showed the thick clouds of smoke. With their length of hundreds of miles, these plumes were amazing and a stark reminder how big the fire really was. However, the idea that bright sparks can be seen from space, well, it's not true.
We do, and I'm going to show you something that we haven't looked at yet today, and that's a different set of data, and it's from infrared imaging and heat sensing satellites in orbit. These fires that are currently burning in our region are certainly large enough and putting up heat blooms that can be seen with specialized equipment by satellites in orbit. And it's data that is available to view in the form of a website and a map. And I'm going to take you out to my screen now. What you're looking at here is a website called FIRMS, the NASA Fire Information for Resource Management System. And it is a collection of data from satellites that can sense heat signatures on the surface. And what we're looking at here is the heat signature over the last 24 hours of the Palisades fire.
Rumor number 18, toxic gases will spread nationwide. Smoke from flames caused people to worry about their health. One story said that the fires would release poisonous gases that would spread across the country and cause breathing problems and even long-term health crises for many people. Well, this scary message spread quickly, especially on social media. Experts stepped in to make things clear. Even though wildfire smoke does contain dangerous pollutants like carbon monoxide and particulate matter, its effects are usually limited to the area where it comes from. The effects are worse in places that are close to the fires, where the air quality can become dangerous. However, by the time the smoke moves long distances, it loses a lot of its strength, making other areas less at risk.
We've been watching since the first day of this fire, now here in Brentwood. So you can see with these wind gusts, those flames trying to force their way up from the bottom of the canyon, and as they do so, they're getting closer and closer to this house here. This is somebody's patio that we're on, and you can see the firefighters doing their best to make sure the flames don't get this high. Without these firefighters here right now, the house here, other houses in this neighborhood, almost certainly gone.
Rumor number 19, emergency shelters were overcrowded. One of the biggest worries after a disaster is where people who have to leave their homes will go. While the wildfires were going on, rumors spread that emergency centers were too full to give good care. Posts on social media showed a sad picture of people crammed into shelters who didn't have enough goods or help. Local officials, on the other hand, said that shelters were big enough to fit everyone who had to leave their homes. There were attempts to make sure that everyone had a safe place to stay, even though some shelters were very busy. There were also extra supplies like food and medical care that came from community groups and volunteers.
There is a lot at play here in Southern California, particularly in the Los Angeles area right now. There are people who are under immediate threat, who are evacuating their homes right now and have been doing so for the last 12 hours or so. There are people who could be under threat, and there are people who have lost everything. And you find a little bit of all of that here at this Red Cross shelter in Los Angeles. And there are at least half a dozen just like these spread out across the city. And this is where people can come if they either want to stay the night, take a shower, or perhaps get some rest, get some help from FEMA representatives who are here to get that process rolling, and then leave and head out.
Rumor number 20, wildfire extinction caused by fires. One of the most heartbreaking rumors was the claim that the wildfires had caused species to go extinct overnight. There were rumors that animals were going extinct, which painted a bleak picture of terrible environmental damage that could not be fixed. Animals in their homes were definitely destroyed by the fires, but conservation groups proved that no species had gone extinct because of them. While forest loss is a big problem, many animals have evolved to live in places that are prone to wildfires and are strong when they happen. Conservation efforts are already underway to help species rebound and keep them safe.
We've had lots of inquiries from people wanting to help. We're taking names of those who would be interested in fostering animals as we get more animals in. Right now, our primary need is monetary donations so that we can provide emergency services to pets that have been impacted by the fires. We are also providing food and other pet supplies if anyone is in need. And we really encourage you, if you are evacuating, please make sure your pet has identification. Take pet supplies with you. And if possible, please try to stay with family or friends who can accommodate you and your pet, as the shelters are really becoming quite stressed in this situation.
That's it for the 20 latest rumors about the Los Angeles nasty wildfires. What do you think about these updates? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breaking news and updates.